If you thought Istar was an empire that echoed Rome, then please allow me to introduce you to this. Welcome to another DragonLance Saga episode. My name is Adam, and today we're going to talk about the Imperial League of Minotaurs on Taladas. I'd like to take a moment and thank the members of this channel, and invite you to consider becoming a member by visiting the link in the description below. You can even pick up DragonLance gaming materials using my affiliate link. I'm referencing the Time of the Dragon box set for this information. If I leave anything out or misspeak, please leave a comment below. As I mentioned, you'll find no empire on all of Krynn in any time that challenges the might and governmental institutions, except perhaps for Old Aruim, than the Imperial League of Minotaurs. It is composed of 5 great cities, races of all kinds, a convoluted might-is-right-based Minotaur justice system, and a military of unmatched size and training. But to truly understand this interesting and diverse empire, we should start from the beginning and talk about its founding. Before the cataclysm, Old Aruim was the greatest wonder of the world. However, much as Thenol was created by refugees of Aurim, so too was the Imperial League of Minotaurs, at least in spirit. Out of the rusty Aurim province of Styrllia, 2 leaders would travel to new lands, Guidan and Kristophus. Based on reports from scouts about the massive volcano in the center of the land, they decided to split the group in 2. Guidan would travel south, then west, and Kristophus would travel west. The trek for Kristophus was long and grueling, facing many dark and dangerous obstacles. As the journey to the western shore failed to reveal the promised utopia, groups would abandon the journey and establish small villages along the way. These villages are now remnants of those traitors to the vision of Kristophus, forced to continue their ghostly work afterlife in the overgrown and reclaimed lands. Eventually, the group would reach the coast and founded the town of Kristophan in New Styrllia. The people were divided into classes, the loyal families and the rebels. The loyal families were granted land and exempt from taxes, increasing their station and fortunes. The rebels were given to the loyal families in the form of slaves. And then the Minotaurs arrived. Sailing north from Istar on Ansalon, they crossed the Western Ocean and began as pirates. But their ambitions of an empire led them to the settlements of Kristophus. They were led by Eragas the Brutish, and this Minotaur seized the government of New Styrllia and proclaimed himself emperor. The military might of the Minotaurs was to be unmatched, and any dissenters were eagerly removed. They created a hybrid form of government, inspired by the pirate kingdoms of Ansalon and the laws and customs of Istar. They also included modern and local traditions, making the integration easier. The empire currently sits with 5 provinces: New Styrllia, the capital, home of the 2 great cities of Kristophan and Triloman. New Styrllia is best known for its wide plains and farmlands. Kristophan is the imperial capital and center of government and culture, while Triloman is the hub of trade throughout the empire. Eragas on the tide run, featuring the great cities of Morgad and Thera, stretches from the rocky cliffs of the Western Ocean to the swampy plain of the tide run. Morgad is the great seaport of the empire, and Thera is known as the pleasure city. Okami, the forest region, is known for its dense forests and unforgiving rocky terrain. Hyvel, along the New Mountain Range, features the great city of Vinlands, which is known for its fine crops and wines. Hyvel borders Armagh, and finally the Conquered Lands presses the border of Thenol. The provinces are reinforced with outposts of Rudil across the tide run, Feroen at the base of Steamwall, and Brilmantar on the Steamwall Range. Travel around the empire is done primarily by well-maintained roads and bridges, built and maintained by convict and slave gangs. Garrisons are positioned throughout the provinces for protection. The society and class structure of the League places every citizen, Minotaur, man, elf, gnome, or dwarf, in a class that echoes their given life. At the top is the Emperor. The royal family is the extended family of the Emperor, which are often placed in positions of authority and control over the empire. Careful consideration is taken to maintain the power base of rule. They do their best to mirror the lifestyle of the upper classes so as not to look too ostentatious. Below them are the horned houses, the rest of the Minotaurs in the League. Minotaurs are known as the best of all citizens of the League and hold precedent over all. Next is the social class of the Ischus. This is a formal title added to the end of your family name, and if granted, makes the family as valued as one from the horned houses. Below them are the common citizens, then the unfranchised people, and finally, comprising the lowest level, are the slaves. Minotaur justice is governed by the judiciary and senate, though guilt or innocence is always determined from either settlement or the arena. The arena, a tradition from ancient Minotaur and Istar cultures, will allow the credo of might is right to reveal the fate. This is not always to the death. It actually begins with being pinned, unconsciousness, first blow, first blood, and then death. This is all based on the success of the representative and severity of the crime. You also are not required to fight for yourself, as the championing industry has grown from the wealthier classes, allowing them to call on a family or hire a combat substitute to fight in their stead. In fact, the whole Champions Guild has arisen for those with the influence or money who can afford them. The champions are graded by reputation and are taken care of in life, if they are successful in the arena. Of course, the cornerstone of the empire is the highly trained and incredibly efficient military. The legions of Eragas, as the army is known, enforces the emperor's will and controls and defends the far corners of his realm. The legions of Eragas are composed primarily of legionaries. These legionaries are broken into frontline troops and light-armored bowmen and slingers. They both support the heavy infantry. The cavalry was created to stand against the Uigan horsemen of the Tamir. It's broken into light cavalry, the Outlanders, members of border territory lands that work for the Empire, and heavy mounted riders. They are the glorious arm of the cavalry, composed of noble men and seasoned campaigners. The League of Merchants is composed of the loyal families. They have a monopoly on distribution of resources throughout the League and exert their influence accordingly. Access to supplies is essential, and they guard their monopoly jealously. There are no official religions of the League, as it was formed in the absence of the gods, but with the return of the gods came renewed interest and influence in Uigan Mislaxa, Kuan, and Jijin. Cults based around Thenol and Armok have appeared, and Hitta is hard at work on secret plans yet to be revealed. In the Age of Mortals, after the Godless Night, massive earthquakes shook the League, destroying Kristophan and killing the Emperor and his royal family. This created a civil war with years of infighting until the weakened League gained its latest emperor, Ambutine XIII. But that is all the time I have to talk about the Imperial League of Minotaurs. I hope you enjoyed the information. Do you enjoy using the challenging ideas of government and slavery in your campaigns? Could the Bloodsea Minotaurs learn from their Taladas brothers? And finally, would you ever run a war-based campaign for your players? Leave a comment below. I'd like to take a moment and remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified about upcoming videos, and click the like button. This all goes to help other Dragonlance fans learn about this channel and its content. Thank you for watching. This has been Adam with DragonLance Saga, and until next time, remember, don't be afraid. I won't let them hurt you. Here, watch. I'll make you laugh.